Hello everybody, my name is Amaris Wolf, and neither a wolf or nor Amaris. And today I'm showing you some Rush gameplay on Epicenter. And this was actually a very quick match, so I'm glad it was actually as quick as it is. But decided to choose the good old AEK, or actually no, I'm sorry, the AN94, because, I haven't used that in a while, and I couldn't find this barrel. It was just blended so dark. So there it is, right there. And I peeked around this corner here, and I'm trying to blow up this one here, and trying to see if I can find some enemy here. Didn't see them. There's one right there, and got him real good. And something's come up that made me go, what? Like, this was the funniest thing I've seen. Like right here. Look at this guy. He decided to hitch right in front, like a little. He's like mounted in the front, like he's like the plow on the snow plow. And I was so amazed by that guy that he got me killed, because that guy killed me. But I just want to say that if any of you haven't seen Kick-Ass 2, you must watch it. It is a great. And look at this guy. This guy was either angry, like watch. This guy is angry at this van for some reason. He's just shooting at it for just. I don't know if what he's doing, but he's just shooting at it, and it's just like this truck took his candy or something like that. But and yeah, I get killed again. It's just unedited gameplay. I haven't changed the gameplay, and there's that Humvee is just still there. But yeah, Kick-Ass 2 was really good here, and the reason why I changed my camo was because I thought maybe I was standing out a little bit better, so I decided to go with the desert khaki and maybe help me blend in a little better, but didn't really help that much. But this first part of these two incoms were just so tricky for some reason, but after that it just smooth sailing. So as you can see, the guys, I don't know if that was our smoke or their smoke, but coming around this corner, this guy was actually easy, but this guy up here, I had a hard time getting an angle at him. Maybe it's just because he was so high, but I just could not get a angle on him or a grenade on him or anything like that. But he died, but there's another guy that eventually comes around there when I peek around there too, in the exact same spot. But with Kick-Ass 2, oh my god, I mean, if you like Kick-Ass, the very first movie, you need to watch it. I just watched it the other day, and it's like wow. I mean, it's like hard to say anything without spoiling it, but the trailers do not just do it justice at all. But I don't know if you guys have actually, I guess the incom was armed right here, and apparently no one was guarding it, and you can see the Russians decided to disarm it. We already got one incom, which is going to get that B incom, and it's actually in that little area at the bottom if you haven't played it before. And you see that claymore right there? I don't know what the guy was thinking when he said a claymore there. Is that enemy going to decide to come out in our spawn? And because by that time you're right there, you're already out of bounds. So it amazes me at some of the players here. It's just why? But I'm sure, hopefully, you guys have been keeping up with or anybody has been keeping up with the Battlefield 4 news, and I am excited just about almost everybody who's played Battlefield 3. It's basically what Battlefield 3 should have been, but I feel like Battlefield 3 should have happened in order to make Battlefield 4. So it just, and the fact that I'm really excited about Second Assault, which gives us the gameplay for the good fun maps. I try to get an angle with these guys' spaz, and I think the guy there he goes. He got so killed out of there, and yep, that was a good go. I decided to switch the spaz to say maybe I'm able to make a difference, but it's a little hard. This little angle was like really hard, especially if you're trying to get offensive. But once you get these two incoms out of the way, it's a lot easier, especially because this is there's 3 choke points: the middle, the right, and the sides. I mean, it's so hard, especially for the A incom. But once or even harder for the B incom. And now here you can see I'm not doing anything and they're staring at the wall. I really had a phone call. So I had to take the phone call, and it actually kind of made it a little hard for me to kind of focus because I'm talking and also trying to aim my gun. Like this guy, I probably would have got him, but sometimes I've seen other YouTubers talk about this, and the most shotguns, like, you gotta understand, you gotta understand that reticle, that slug round could go anywhere in that reticle. It's a shame, because it'd be kind of awesome. And actually, I should have mentioned this before, didn't say it, but you guys, when you saw me equip the spaz the first time, you should have noticed I actually had crosshairs. Yes, I don't know what happened there, but I actually had crosshairs. That's a good shot. That's why I like the spaz with the slugs. I mean, that's what everyone kind of complains about and everything, but it's just so good. But yeah, I actually had crosshairs. As soon as I go back and see that, as soon as I equip the spaz and spawn in, I actually have crosshairs. I was a little surprised after watching it again, and eventually, I don't know what kind of glitch that was, but it was kind of cool. I thought maybe they changed it in the patch. I was like, oh snap! They finally made shotguns with appropriate crosshairs for slugs, and then they went back to the round. I'm like, oh okay, maybe that was a weird little glitch. That's kind of the cool thing about recording your gameplay and watching over again, because you can see stuff that, because you're so focused in trying to. Though, look at that, two MCOMs already armed, but it's going to get disarmed pretty quickly. And look at this guy. That guy's name, Testicles. Test, it's the names that these players come up with. It's just like original yet goofy. But yeah, it's kind of a shame that there's no crosshairs for the spaz. But I don't know how OP that was, because people think that the slug would have to go right in the middle, and you gotta remember the slug can go anywhere in that reticle. It's a scatter shotgun. Whether you load slugs or buckshot or flechette, it's gonna scatter within that circle. So sometimes I can see myself, I've aimed that circle right in the middle and shoot the gun, and it doesn't get the guy. But that's why sometimes aiming down sight will do a pretty good job of. But I think sometimes a lag issue, and that's one thing I'm really excited for Battlefield 4 is definitely a lot of the netcode, the lag, especially on the server side, will be so much better. Pardon me. That was a good shot. That, especially dying behind corners, like you've probably seen that in my very first scavenger video. I couldn't tell you how many times, and I'm sure if you play Battlefield 3, you can experience this. You're going to shoot at a guy, go behind cover, and just because not the lag, it's just the netcode from server to client, is the guy still sees you on his screen and is able to take shots at you while you're behind cover on your end, and you still die from it. And it's just frustrating, annoying, but it's not game breaking. But it's definitely could be one of those things that when I'm playing Battlefield 4 and I go back to 3, I probably can't stand it to the point where I won't play Battlefield 3 again. I mean, and it's so funny how, like, this is what's going to happen. And it happens to almost every game. I mean, I play World of Warcraft, and it seems to happen when the expansions come out. What's going to happen is people are going to play Battlefield 4 and say, oh, Battlefield 4 sucks, Battlefield 3 is so much better. And it's just going to happen. I mean, there's still going to be people who think Battlefield 3 is going to be better than Battlefield 4. It's kind of weird because, maybe because people are used to it, but sounds like to me that Battlefield 4, if you play Battlefield 3, you're going to get into Battlefield 4 very easily. And that's another thing I'm really, really excited about, because I know I'm in the beta because I have premium, and I'm planning to get the pre-order for Battlefield 4. Oh, God, I'm just getting that stuff in my throat. It's just, I just got off work and just sat down and started recording. And this guy thought, he can be hidden right here, and he got taken out. I'd like that little moment, just come up, run in front of him. And I also like these little long shots. I don't know if I get this guy, but I know that there's a few moments where I'm just like able to just kill somebody with one shot over long distance. And I didn't realize there's just like a ton of guys there, and I was really hoping that and there goes the earthquake there. I didn't realize I was just so outnumbered, or I would never advance that forward. But we do get this MCOM and advance to the last set of MCOMs. But this was a really fun round, very quick. And also, when we talk about Battlefield 4, I'm so excited for like the new game mode, Domination. That looks so much fun. It's like, I think, yeah, I get this guy. And I'm almost shocked. I mean, this guy, I actually aimed at his head and I didn't get a headshot. That was kind of weird. Yeah, but domination, I mean, it's like an advanced form of it's like an advanced form of Rush. I mean, it looks pretty cool because it's like capture flag with Rush. That's why I look at it. You're trying to capture the bomb, and you're trying to arm the MCOM, and then it's like Rush. You know, whatever MCOMs are gone, are gone. But the 3 you get started off, that's the 3 you have to protect. So you lose those 3, you lose the game, I'm sure. And I decided I get a good example. I have gun ADD, you know. I can't, like, it's hard for me, like, there's sometimes I'll focus on one gun, but there's sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't like this gun, I want this gun, I want to try this gun, you know. It's I call it gun ADD, because it's just moments, and I didn't realize, I was really shocked that nobody was protecting this flank here. I actually didn't realize, I don't play this map that much on Rush, but I didn't realize you can flank this area, and I'm like, hey, I'll take advantage of this. And I was a little worried that was an enemy there, but that was actually a player, and out of the blue, I get RPG'd, but luckily I get rezzed, and I decided to pop shot this guy with the Magnum, and there we go, right there. And yet I still didn't get a headshot. That looked like it should have been a headshot though. And we both got both incoms, and we decided that, you know, this is game, and I'm going to try to kill as many guys as possible. I'm going to go in here and they're like, oh, all these dead bodies, I'm going to resurrect them and get the points before the game ends. And I get everybody. And there's just one guy that's trying to disarm, and he's too late. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope to put out more videos for you. See you later.